Hi there, I'm Mike Sanu. I'm going to be taking you through the business review processes. So first of all, we should talk a little bit about workflow. So we have a lot of content that's going out to our public sites, and what we want to do is make sure that everything's perfect. But there's a lot of different things that we'd have to check on. Everything from spelling to making sure that images are in the right place. The list is endless. So we want to be able to set up a review process or workflow for everything that's going to go live. A workflow is made up of at least 4 key components. First of all is states. This represents where the workflow actually is. The asset's been submitted, approved, it's in review, needs changes. This is something that we want to make viewable to the right people involved. We also have transitions. So at different points of the workflow, we need to know what is going to happen next after a certain condition is met. Where does the asset get passed along to? With that, we have tasks. This represents an action that needs to be fulfilled within the review process. So this could be someone actually taking a look at the content, or maybe we have a task in which someone needs to go and provide changes or edits. And then we have task assignments. This determines who is going to fulfill that given task. For building workflow, Liferay comes with the Kaleo editor, which we can go through and we can drag and drop different items to build out our workflow visually. We also have the ability to code it with XML. So we can integrate workflow into our folder restrictions. So to add a workflow process to web content or files in the Documents and Media section, you configure your folder restrictions. You can use restrictions in workflow for the parent folder. So everything was just inherited from the parent. We can define specific restrictions in workflow for this folder, so we can actually go in and custom edit them ourselves. And we can choose a default workflow that we've set up. So this ends up saving a lot of time if you have multiple files that you just want to set to one specific thing that you use often. In this case, our default is the single approver, in which content just has to pass through one person who says if it's good or needs revisions. So going through the review process, you can set a workflow definition on any asset type from the workflow section in the control panel. Content created cannot be published until it's been submitted for review. Users can check workflow-related actions in the user menu. We have My Workflow Tasks. Notifications can ping you and tell you if you need to take a look at something or if progress has been updated. And then My Submissions, in case you've pushed an asset and you want to check on how it's doing. Approved content will switch from a pending state to an approved state, and only content in the approved state can be displayed on site pages. As we can see here at the bottom, we have a visual representation of what the state is. All right, we've reached our knowledge check. If you'd like to, you can go ahead and fill this out on your own, or just stay with me and we'll go over it together. Workflows allow users to create business review processes for resources in Liferay. Workflow definitions can be created with XML or the Kaleo graphical editor. Workflow definitions have at least 4 key parts: state, transition, task, and task assignments. Workflows can be applied to individual resources from the control panel or through folder restrictions for web content and documents and media. That concludes this video. I'll see you in another.